Hi folks, and welcome to video number 105. This video is the first video in the ratio and proportion section. Now this first video is about time unit conversions and calculations with time units. So the keywords are time and conversion. So time is something that we live our lives by. It's a concept, isn't it? It's not really something that exists, but it's something that we've invented to make life make sense. And a conversion is when we change from one thing to another. So we can convert time units, and this is what we need to remember about that. So you need to learn and remember that there are 365 days in a year, 366 in a leap year. It's a leap year every 4 years. You need to know that there are 12 months in a year. You need to know that there are 52 weeks in a year, and you need to know there are 7 days in a week. All right, these are all assumed knowledge. You have to understand that this is not something that we teach you. This is something that you have already learnt by this point in your life. Most importantly though, you will need to know for our questions that 24 hours is 1 day, 1 hour is worth 60 minutes, and 1 minute is worth 60 seconds. Alright, so it's this conversion between 60 that's the most important thing. You may need to convert one unit to another using division or multiplication by 60. So how many seconds are there in 1 hour? This is the calculation that we need to do. We're going to take the number of seconds in a minute, so 60 seconds in a minute. I'll write this down for you. 60 seconds in 1 minute. And how many minutes in an hour? 60 minutes in an hour. Okay, and we're going to take the 60, right, and we're going to multiply it by 60. Now, that's going to tell us how many seconds there are in 1 hour. All right, 6 times 6 is 36, and then put the 2 zeros on the end. All right, 6 times 6 is 36, put the 2 zeros on the end. All right, so we needed to use that understanding there. All right, there are lots of seconds in a minute. There are even more in an hour. All right, hopefully that makes sense to you. Now convert 183 minutes into hours and minutes. So what you need to do again is remember that there are 60 minutes in an hour, sorry. Okay, so we've got how many lots of 60? I'm going to write down 60, 60, and 60. All right, 60 plus 60 plus 60, if we added them together, would equal 180 minutes. All right, and that's 1 hour, that's 2 hours, and that's 3 hours. All right, so every 60 minutes is another hour. And then we've got another 3 minutes that's added on to the end there. So 183 minutes is 3 hours and 3 minutes. All right. Now converting 90 minutes into hours, very useful thing to do. You know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. 60 equals 1 hour. Okay, you know that 30 equals half an hour. All right, you could write and half in a different way. You could put 0.5 if you wanted to. All right, I'm going to write down 1.5 hours. All right, now, this is a really useful thing to do because what we're doing is converting minutes into just a single unit of hours. All right, this could be 1 hour and 30 minutes. All right, but we want 1.5 hours. Or 1.5 hours as our answer there. It's a useful thing to do. Right, number 2. We've got Gaza, and Gaza was in a meeting that lasted 1 hour and 45 minutes. The meeting ended at 3:50 p.m. What time did the meeting start? So, basically you'll work backwards here in this question. And so it lasted for 1 hour and 45 minutes. It ended at 3:50. So I would take the 45 minutes off of the 50 minutes. All right, so 50 minutes minus the 45 minutes equals 5 minutes. All right, so we're at, if we think about it, all we're doing is we're getting the 45 away from the 50, and that's going to be 3:05 p.m. All right, then we need to deal with the hour. All right, so I'm going to go 3:05 minus 1 hour is equal to 2:05. All right, and that is PM. All right, it's very important we put the PM on the end because this is if we had it as a 24-hour clock, that would be okay. We wouldn't need to put the PM on the end, but this is a 12-hour clock, right? So 2:05 PM is the important answer that we use. And that's that. All right. Now let's look at the third question, third and final one for the first video in the ratio and proportion section. Hazza finished a crossword in 20 minutes, 22 seconds. Izzy finished 6 minutes and 30 seconds after Hazza did. Jezza finished 12 minutes and 12 seconds before Izzy did. How long did Jezza take to complete the crossword? Very complicated sounding question, that one. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how you can use a calculator with time problems like this as well. It's very useful to know how to do that. So I'm going to pause this and just bring my calculator in. 2 seconds. Okay, there we go. There it is. Bring that over. So if Hazza finished in 20 minutes and 22 seconds, Izzy finished 6 minutes and 30 seconds after Hazza did, we can work out when Izzy finished. So we can add the 6 minutes on and the 30 seconds on to the 20 minutes and 22 seconds. Now this is something that we could do without a calculator, I'm sure, but I wanted to show you how you could do it with a calculator. So if you've got 20 minutes, you press this button here. In fact, we start off with 0 hours first. So 0 hours, right? That on the calculator is representing 0 hours. Then we've got 20 minutes, and then we've got 22 seconds. You just press this commas button, all right? Now that, if we press equals, comes up as that on the calculator. But what we could do, which is really useful sometimes, not necessarily for this question, right, is work out as a decimal or a fraction. Okay, so there's the decimal, there's the fraction. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that 6 minutes 30 seconds on. So plus the 0 hours 6 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, and press equals. And what I've got is that it took Izzy, I'm going to write it down, 26 minutes 52 seconds. Izzy took 20 something minutes. What was it? 26 minutes and 52. It's 26 minutes 52 seconds. All right, if you've got a calculator, and you will do for 2 of your exam papers, it's definitely worth using this method. Jezza finished 12 minutes and 12 seconds before Izzy. So let's get our calculator back. Right, all we've got to do is take away 12 minutes and 12 seconds. So minus 0 hours, 12 minutes, that's 11, 12 minutes, and 12, again, 11, 12 seconds, right? Press equals 14 minutes and 40. So Jezza took 14 minutes, 40 seconds. And that is the final answer, all right? So it just saves the hassle, it saves the pain, all right? Really useful button, that time button, and I'll just show you again for other things as well. So if we had to do the first question, for example, we wanted 90 minutes into hours, we could press 0 hours 90 minutes, press equals 1 hour 30 minutes, S to D 1.5, 1.5. Okay, so as a fraction and as a decimal. That's converting our units really nicely, really quickly, really easily. All right, so there you go. There's that. There's the use of the time button on the calculator, and there's the first video in the ratio and proportion section, all about time and the conversions and the calculations that you can do with them. I hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks for watching it, and I hope you continue to improve in your maths. Click the link in the description to have a go at a question yourself. If you haven't got a scientific calculator, you're going to have a go at doing that one at school. But you can always purchase yourself a scientific calculator. It costs about £8, I think. Supermarkets sell them. Get one on the internet, whatever. All right. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, look after each other, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.